Arkadaşlar şey yaparız, sırtınızı şeyle...
يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون وعدا عليه حقا.
No. First-hand testimonies, reliable reports, even Amnesty International's findings are all there. But have those responsible been brought to justice? Again, no. Have there been remedies? No. Well, then the next question is then why not? Well, one can think of several political reasons, even philosophical reasons. One especially observes a certain silence, a resistance to know, a resistance.
Değerli hocam, Sayın Büyükelçim, Sayın Başkanım, ilk önce teşekkür etmek isterim. Kardeş Türkiye'de her zaman bizim yanımızda olduğumuz için ve bu fikirlerinizi bizlerle bugün paylaştığınız için. Honorable guests, members of the diplomatic community, I welcome you all at the Embassy of Azerbaijan. It's really a very painful day for us. Yesterday, it was the 27th anniversary of the Khojaly genocide. And in Ankara, all around Turkey, all around the world, people were remembering those who perished the night from 25th to 26th of February 1992. We actually have a witness of this genocide who was here and still here in Ankara. Dr. Mehmet Nagiyev. Yesterday he spoke in several of the conferences we put together, but he was so emotional, so he didn't feel well to join us today. You can understand all the pain he had to go through. The person was captured, tortured, almost killed, and who lost most of his family. So therefore, for all Azerbaijanis all around the world, including myself, we're all from Khojaly and will always live with this pain in our hearts. Therefore, I want to thank ICYF for putting together this event today with our embassy. I also want to congratulate you, Mr. President of ICYF, for your new tenure. I hope it will be very fruitful. And I feel very proud that one of the first events you are organizing is about the Khojaly genocide. 1992 was very difficult year for Azerbaijan. And also our good friend Necdet Hoca mentioned here. Then Azerbaijan was coming from the shambles of the collapsed Soviet Union. Azerbaijan was putting together its economy. Azerbaijan didn't have the regular armed forces. We didn't even have the normal governance in our country. And therefore, withstanding to the military aggression against our country was extremely difficult. So therefore, we suffered a lot of losses. And therefore, our territories got illegally, militarily occupied. Despite the fact, and also previous speakers talked about it before me, despite the fact that there are UN Security Council resolutions, despite the fact that there are resolutions of many other organizations, including OIC, the justice has not been served. Justice has not been served either for Khojaly or for entire Nagorno-Karabakh region of Azerbaijan or 7 adjacent regions of Azerbaijan who are still under the occupation. Which makes it even graver is the fact that those who perpetrated these atrocities, they feel that they continue with that, they feel that they're invincible, and they feel that they can proudly state that what they've done is right, and what they have done can be perpetrated again and again. The former president of Armenia, who was then one of the commanders of the Armenian troops who actually took part in all these massacres, Serge Sarkisyan proudly stated that we planned, we pre-planned the attack on Khojaly, and we wanted to break the stereotype about Armenians. So Azerbaijanis should know that we are not joking with that. The person was the head of the state. He ruled for quite a long time for international community to condemn him, to bring him to justice. But unfortunately, it hasn't happened. This is unfortunate realities of today's international world order. That people can perpetrate, do perpetrate the massacres and atrocities, and stay unpunished. They are not brought to justice. And their bravado sends messages to others all around the world to commit other crimes against other civilians. It's really important for all of us, and I agree with all the previous speakers, that we have to raise our voice. We have to both inform international community about what has happened, and Mr. Unvar before me, even in Turkey, in brotherly Turkey, when in 2012, when they say that there was massacre, people say, oh, when it happened. If it was the case in Turkey, you can imagine what has been happening in other parts of the world. Important thing is that we have to be just. An international community should follow the moral stance on the issues when the life of civilians is concerned. Which is even more important probably is that international law should be the driving force and not the force should be driving the international law. Unfortunately, what we're seeing today is exactly that. When you have the occupied territories of Azerbaijan, when you're having diplomatic negotiations out of belief in diplomacy, and you see no results and you don't see any outcomes, then probably others with better capabilities and better probably circumstances can take their things into their hands and solve the issues in different ways. And when you have international law on your side, and when you have resolutions on your side, nobody can blame you when you do it. But again and again, you still believe in diplomacy, and therefore you send the message not only to those who occupy your lands, you also send the message to those who are responsible of bringing the end to injustices like the one which happened in Khojaly and which is continuing to happen in all occupied regions of Azerbaijan. Dear friends, I want to thank you all for coming here. But I believe that nobody will be safe unless there is justice. I believe that no country can be immune from things like this unless international law is a driving force. And unless international law is not undermined by others. And I believe that current international order, current international system cannot survive any further if massacres like this continue and persist. Again, I thank you all for coming here and sharing this pain with us. But our message is exactly the one that we live with pain, will continue to live with pain, but at the end of the day, we are different from those. We're very different from those who perpetrated these massacres. With pain we live, but we continue developing. We seek justice, but we also seek peace. But when justice is not served, but when peace is not there, we have all the right to bring it. Thank you very much.